Hey everybody, it's Jack and Dan, and today we're going to put these new lights on the tank.
Yeah, we got some sweet new lights, right?
Yeah.
We got these way back on Memorial Day at the beginning of summer, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They had a deal going on, and basically what we did is we put our code into the website when we bought them.
Yeah, so we could get a discount. Yeah.
So then we got like a double discount, which we didn't know if that would work when we initially did it, where we didn't know if they would have the sale and then still take our discount, but they did. You know, a lot of YouTubers out there have been unboxing Higer and Aqua stuff, and they have a code, and I think it's like 20% off. So we'll have that code below in the description and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, we got these guys for like half price. We were going to initially we were going to reach out to Higer and say, hey, we'll do a video because they've sent us a lot of other stuff before, right? And we thought that's kind of obnoxious. We have 6 lights on the top of this guy, 6 24-inch lids on the top of this 220. We thought that would be kind of wrong to ask for 6, so we just said, hey, we're going to get a massive discount. They got a Memorial Day sale going. So these have been sitting over here for like, I don't know how many months now, 4 or 5 months, waiting for us to do this. So here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to unbox these guys. Actually, Jack's going to be unboxing them. I'm going to go around and kind of show you why we got these in particular and some of the stuff that we did with the tank since the last video was about a week ago since we did that one. All right, Jack's got his fancy unboxing razor blade there, right? You love that thing. Jack likes doing the unboxings. So he's going to, before he starts digging into these, they sent basically 2 packs of them. This is the Aqua Classic LED. This is one of the cheapest lights they have, but still gets very good ratings. Again, I don't even remember what I paid. We'll put a link in the description, but again, we got them for about half price. They are the 60 centimeters. So this is a 23 watter. It basically increases in watts by size. So we'll kind of show you. If you look here, though, the reason that we got these is they are 22.2 inches. And the inside of these hoods, because it's a 24-inch, is about 22.5 inch. So we got about a 1/4 inch to spare in order to kind of fit the plug. So we're going to kind of show. That's why we went with this one instead of this one. So a lot of times people look at this and they go, oh, this is 18 to 24. But that's with the bracket. So without the bracket, we went all the way to this. Now, this wouldn't have fit, obviously. We could have gone a little bit bigger, but that wouldn't have fit. So we got this. These guys are just going to fit in there. We have 6 of them. Jack's going to start opening those guys. And I'm going to kind of fill you guys in what's going on over here. So basically what we did in the last couple of videos, we've been going back and forth about what we were going to do with the big albino sailfin pleco. She has started having a voracious appetite, and even putting zucchini in here and everything, we could not stop her from eating things. So she started working on the Anubias again. She started working on the bamboo and stuff again. We were like, we have to take her out. What we decided, after we got all the wood and all the scaping and the under gravel lights and everything in here, we decided we would put her back in here. She's been in here for several days now. There does not seem to be any friction between her and Riot, because we think with all this, you know, scape and everything in here and all these, you know, hiding places and everything like that, that it's just better. In fact, she's in there. She's right in there right now. Let me kind of zoom in on her a little bit. She's kind of in. There she is. She's kind of moving around there. So she's going around and she's cleaning all this stuff over, and they're kind of keeping their distance and not having any issues. Because we're hoping with all this new scape in here, you know, that everything's cool. Now, this is, again, the 4th video we've done on this. In the first video, we basically tore everything down. In the second video, we built everything back up and added more. Made this huge, what we call mount rope fish. And again, once we get the lights on here, you'll be able to see it much better because it'll be lit up. And in the third video, we kind of put this tape and everything over here and kind of cleaned some things and put this under gravel lighting. Okay, so it's really, really cool at night and everything. So if you didn't see those 3 videos, we'll link them in the description. They'll be in our aquarium playlist. But it's finally time to put these lights on top. Now, the other thing that happened is after we put all this wood and everything in here, we put this Mopani wood in here, some of the tannins kind of came into the water. We did cook it really good in really hot water. We didn't boil it, but we put it in hot water. So you see a little bit of a yellow tinge here. Not horrible. And we did do, after a few days of them being in here, we did several washings and soakings of them, but there were still some tannins, and there will always be some tannins. But between these big Aqua Clear 110s and when we get the pothos and everything in here, which will be in a future video, and a couple of water changes. We're hoping it won't be too dark. We don't necessarily mind the look of natural tannins, and these guys, of course, don't mind it. There she is right there. You can see her a little better. I'll put the right up there. There's the big albino one, and she has got pretty large, but there's lots of big crevices in here and all that. So anyway, we think that they're going to get along better with all this stuff in here. And again, we'll see the level of the tannins once we kind of get these big lights on top. Now, the only reason that we wanted to bring her back over here is because she does a great job at cleaning the glass, which she did in this tank, because these Galaxy plecos have no interest whatsoever in cleaning the glass. They clean other things, but not really the glass. But we talked a little bit about how we finally got a nice big population of these Malaysian trumpet snails in here, because once they kind of infiltrated the gravel, and you can see them down in here, and they're living, you know, they're surviving. Now some of them do get eaten by these Galaxies, but the Galaxies are very busy breeding. There's one female and 2 males in here, and they're breeding a lot and everything, so they're always having hanky-panky, and they kind of forget about the snails, and we do feed them a lot of pellets and they like that. So the snails, we're hoping, will keep this nice and clean and that kind of thing, and we'll kind of see how it goes. This is where we get our snails from. We have a massive population in the Green Lantern tank of snails, and we put them in our small tanks and things like that and everything like that. And if it gets to be too much, when we see them up here on the glass like this, we basically could just reach our hand and grab a handful of them and put them in here. They will obviously never survive in here enough to colonize, because these clown loaches love them. They're an amazing snack for them. And anyone who's ever had clown loaches will know you can put snails or anything in there, they will destroy it. And they love snails. We'll probably do a feeding of that sometime. That's pretty neat, isn't it, dude?
Yes.
And put the snails in for these guys. They absolutely love them. They just tear them to shreds. They chew the whole shell up and everything. We've never done a video on that. So now that this population is getting a little high, we're going to start doing that. And we'll do that after we get this thing all done and everything. So anyway, there's the update. There's Sonic. He's doing pretty good. There's Riot. He's doing pretty good. Sonic's pretty old, but he's doing pretty good. He's hanging in there. He's going through this. There's one of the big ropes right there. And you can just see he's just giant. But there's Lenny and Squiggy. So obviously there's a lot of glare and stuff, but when we get these lights in here, and we're going to kind of show you on top kind of how that goes and everything, and how we basically just gutted this. Here, let me get up here now on this. These are old lids that we had on the 180 before we converted to this, and this is what a lot of fish folks do. You just take everything out. You know, the old fluorescent lights. You just take everything out of here. There's a couple screws, you take it all out, and you put it right down here on the glass. You just lay it on the glass, and they work awesome. So basically, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna show you how we're gonna do that real quick, and we're gonna see what it all looks like here in this 4th installment of our 220 gallon refurbish, rescape, redo, whatever you wanna call it. Okay, so I got a circuit bar over there sitting up on some stuff, just like the other one, in case there's a leak. It's not on the ground. And then it's going into the timer. Got that all wired up, got the stool ready, took all the lids off the top, put them over here, just out of the way. So here they are. They look pretty dandy, don't they? Mm-hmm. Wow, look at all those LEDs. So that's only one strip, man. Look how big it is. That's just gonna fit.
They got the extendable.
Here, let's take a look here. So we're gonna take all those out so you guys can see here. See how it fits in there? So it's just gonna fit in there and have a little room for the cord. So that's gonna be a tight fit. Look at that.
Oh, that's gonna work, yeah.
Got about a centimeter, half centimeter on each side. It's gonna be tight. So then you can see these are old. We kind of cut these notches in here a long time ago so that we have room to kind of take the cord out so they can sit down on there. So pretty neat, huh?
Yeah, cool.
6 of these bad boys, man. Wow, super neat. I'm excited. All right, we're basically gonna throw these all on top. We're gonna get them all plugged in. And then I'm so excited to see what that tank's gonna look like, crazy lit up with all these new lights, man, huh? Super, super cool. All right, we just wanted to kind of show you before we got all these under the hood. These are huge. I mean, they have a ton of LEDs under here. They do just fit on top of that glass canopy. They actually kind of rest on the edge a little bit, but the plastic canopy still just fits over them. All we're doing is taking this and kind of pulling it like that, and it's coming through that little hole that we cut in those. And again, we cut those in there years ago when we gutted these things and had little cheap LEDs in there. The other thing is they have this cool little disassemble you can unscrew so you don't have to try to deal with this whole thing, because You know, honestly, if you had a small, you know, area or something, you could just disconnect it here, put that through a little hole. If you had a drill or something, you don't have to deal with that. Now, there are 3 different settings. We're going to show you guys the 3 different settings. Basically, you hit the button and you get the first setting. This is like a full spectrum kind of in the middle kind of thing. So there's white, blue, red, and a little bit of green, which is cool. Now, if you hit it again, it turns off. You hit it again, and it does just the white on the outside. And that's pretty cool, isn't it? I mean, just that alone is pretty darn bright.
That's pretty bright, yeah.
Now, if you turn it off and hit it again, all the rows turn on. This is like the full spectrum. So we think we're probably going to use this at first just to kind of see what it looks like. It's mostly white, but you get a little bit of those, you know, blue, red, orange, kind of full spectrum. We'll see how the tank looks with all these. Can you believe we have 6 of these? We'll see how this all looks, man. Can you see okay?
Not really.
He's like blinking. This is bright, guys. So we're going to get all these on top. We're going to see what this looks like. But we just want to kind of show you the light. It's really simplistic. We're going to have it probably set all on this, and then we'll just have it go to a timer and a switch, just like all of our other tanks. So they can turn on in the evening when it's dark, turn off when we go to bed, and then they're off for most of the day when there's a little sun in the room. All right, just want to kind of show what this looks like from up here. Again, these are really old lids. In fact, one of them doesn't even match, but it's so far in the back and this thing is so tall, no one can see them. So all you really see is like the front of this. So one of the things that we did is we have these old white tiles that we got on a clearance rack for like 10 cents. And they're nice and white and shiny on the other side. They're just kind of plain on this side. So these holes that are kind of up here like this, we are turning those around because that's going to stop some of the light from like just shining up out of the top and hopefully kind of reflect it back down in. And that's just a good idea that you know, really we've done for a long time. So it basically just, you know, just fills in those blanks kind of thing. So I just want to show you that. The other thing I just wanted to kind of show how these just kind of fit in here. The one is just on the lip here, and the other one is just on the lip here. And it fills this entire thing. So the whole entire glass thing is completely filled with LED bulbs. And so we have those 4 on, we're putting these last 2 on, and then we're gonna see what this all looks like. Okay, so just a zoom out shot, just to kind of show you how this looks here. So this is the top here. They still work, they're fantastic. You can see the reflection of the light on the top there. And that's how we feed the fish. So like if we wanna feed them or get in there, we can open these guys here. These guys in the back we rarely ever even use, but we just set these tiles on top and we can easily pick them up and move them if we have to get in there. When we do the pothos, we're gonna have to, but as far as these little vents here, there are some people that block them because they don't want that light coming up through. It's not that much it's gonna come through, and it probably is good from a heat standpoint to leave those open so that the heat, I mean, they're LED lights, they're not gonna get that hot, but I wouldn't risk it, I would leave it open. As you can see here, these guys just fit right on there. So they go all the way down just around that light. And then that cord comes right out the back and right down the back of the tank. Totally awesome. One more, we're gonna show you what it looks like. All right, guys, here we go. We got the bricks on top, pretty big aqua clears. We always talk about that, have them on there, helps with vibration. We got the tiles in the one where there is no pump because there's a hole there. You're gonna get a little bit of bleed through here, but not a big deal. Tiles on here, everything's done. Let's go down here, see what it looks like. Holy mackerel, what do you think, dude?
It's pretty lightning.
Holy
I
cow.
don't know how to explain it, but
It looks like the air bubbles kind of at the top cause this to make like some kind of crazy rainbow thing. Isn't that neat? Look at that. See how it's like kind of whiter on the sides, but then like the rippling of the water
yeah.
makes it look more like a volcano.
Pretty lit up, yeah. It looks pretty sick.
Dude, Squiggy, what do you think?
Do we want to turn off the lights?
Yeah, let's hit this light. What am I thinking? There we go. That's even better. Whoa. I think I love it. We could certainly turn them all white, but I think I like the effect of the red and the green and the blue a little bit, the full spectrum. What do you think, man?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's pretty crazy, man. Wow. We've never had good lights on it in so many years. Even back in the day. Oh, look, Sonic just peeked his head over. Did you see that? He was like, what's going on over there? And everybody's wigged out. They're like, it's so bright. Look at Riot, man. He looks awesome. And he was just on this piece of wood, but he moved. He looked so blue when he was right underneath the light there. There's Lenny. How you like it, Lenny? He's kind of stressed. He's like, all this stuff with the tank, you guys drive me crazy. It's a little cloudy because we put a zucchini in here yesterday for Riot. You can see he ate about half of it already. So it does get a little cloudy, but that'll be gone.
Riot likes all this wood.
Yeah, he's digging the wood. He's already been on here eating it and stuff. So there's Lenny and Squiggy. They seem to dig it. Wow, it's so neat, man. I really like it. I really like it. All the clowns are just going up and down and all the way through. Look, you see all the way down through it. Like I said, there are some tannins. There is some tannin action, but honestly, it's not that bad. Like I thought it would be darker, you know, with all that wood we added, but I'm digging it, man. We might mess around with it. We might turn them like just white or so, you know, to see what that looks like. How do you like it? You can really see this guy awesome, the face.
Yeah.
Definitely around Halloween time too.
It's like bubbles coming through.
He's got his crown, his
it's like
big
a dead guy, and there's like some sort of like treasure inside. You know, it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's really neat, man. I can't really get over just the cheapy lights. I mean, for what we got them for. Again, we'll put links in the description and everything. We're blown away by this. Now, again, we left the top kind of open because we're going to be having pothos roots and stuff in there. But how do you guys like it? You guys digging it? You guys digging it? They're just going around the circle, like all the way around the outside. Look at Riot, man. He looks awesome. He looks so good. Yeah, we'll try to get them like on the wood and stuff over here. I am really, really pleased with these. This tank's never looked so good, honestly. For the cost and everything and the deal we got, very pleased. You can kind of see some black lighting from the Green Lantern tank coming over, but in all honesty, it looks really cool. The clowns are all kind of like hiding because they're not used to it being so bright. There's the albino pleco kind of in that little cavern of wood there. These guys are digging it. It's cool because they can just kind of go around in a big, huge circle, but they can also go like over the top. And so I lost focus for a minute. It was focusing on the bubbles. Yeah, he's turned a little pale these last couple days because just, you know, with us messing on it, he's getting a little stressed. But Pamela will give him some kisses and stuff, right? Then he'll be fine, right? Yeah. He loves when Pamela kisses him. He kisses the glass, especially Lenny back there, but Squiggy does too. So super cool. I like how we got a little bit of backlighting effect from the under gravel ones, but there's not like a ton up here at the top. So that's kind of cool. A lot of people have said, hey, you should get a canopy or something for this tank, but honestly, it's so tall. Like, let me turn this light back on. It's so tall that you really don't notice it. The other thing is we used to have some things up there. I think we're gonna maybe get some plants, maybe even some fake plants. Like we got those big flowers over here, right? Yeah. And we might just take some of those kind of things. Now you're messing around with that magnet. You're gonna give it a good cleaning on the glass again. And because, you know, we kind of got some stuff in it. So Jeff's gonna put that on. He's gonna give it a good cleaning again. We're super thrilled about it. In the next video, we have kind of like some laser light kind of things, and we're gonna put some accent lighting possibly around either the top and bottom of the tank or the top and bottom of the stand. We're gonna do that before we do the pothos because we were like, you know what, we're gonna have to work under the pothos if we do that. So this is from all the way like in the kitchen. Wow, that is super, super cool. The background doesn't look as bad as it used to. Like, you know, with the, I'm really kind of digging that whole situation, how the colors come through in the middle too, like with the rippling of the thing. Anyway, I'm blown away by the whole thing. I dig it so much. So anyway, next video, which I think will be the what, 5th video in this series, right?
I think
5th.
So, yeah.
We're gonna be doing these accent lights, these laser lights that we got, I think 2.5 or so years ago. We got them on lightinthebox.com. Super cheap deal, but they're direct wire, so they don't plug in. We got to actually wire them, and we have some old extension cords. And actually, Uncle Mike, who is a retired electrician, he just retired, so he's coming to visit from Texas. He's going to help us make sure we do it right. Yeah. It's not that hard to do, but he's going to kind of show us how to do it, and we're going to direct light these guys, plug them in and everything, and they're probably going to go like maybe around this base. They're just like little laser lights that we got super cheap. So all right, awesome, guys. Well, hey, we're going to clean this up. We're going to have the video with the blue laser lights. And there's one of the little ropes there coming up to the top. He's going to check out the scene. He's like, what's going on up here, right? He's like, all these new lights screwing me up and everything. So we'll do the blue laser lights, and then the final video, which will end up being 6 total in this 220 redo every kind of thing, is going to be doing the pothos. Then of course we're going to do other updates because we're going to be adding more fish and things like that, right?
Yeah.
All kind of things. Certainly one of the biggest things we're going to do is add ropefish. One of the first things we're going to do is add a bunch of ropefish. So stay tuned for all that, guys. Jack's going to finish just giving this a final buffing and everything since we've been working on it, and get ready for the next one. And make sure to subscribe and all that stuff so you don't miss them. I totally dig how that dude's face looks. I totally dig all the awesome colors and everything. I think it's just absolutely fantastic. How do you like it, man?
Good. Again, shout out to Higer for such a cool magnet. Look.
Yeah.
We already showed this in the video. So.
Yeah, but
Cool.
look at that. Just changed from side to side. It is an awesome. Yeah, we'll put the link in the description for the video we did on Higer's magnet too, because we absolutely love that magnet, and for the lights and everything. So anyway, subscribe, check it all out. We'll see you soon with the 5th installment with the laser accent lights. See you next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.